this is the time of year when the red-winged blackbirds come around on their migration. Although they will stay here for most of the season, they won't be congregating like this for the entire time. So what I did was, there was some leftover oats and corn, and this area is a place that I want to plant, put in some sort of orchard species, maybe a little bit haphazard like I do. And so I don't know if you can see that, I put oats and corn in a spinner and spun it on around here, probably about a half ton of oats, and it has kept these enormous congregations of red-winged blackbirds here for a week, and I don't think they're done yet. And I might just put on some more oats because I got them from a farm that they were off spec. They couldn't use them, so I got them for free. So what I'm trying to do here is mimic the old system of fertility that was in place on this continent, mostly before Europeans, which is let animals do everything. So the passenger pigeons were at one point the most numerous bird on Earth, and they would make this congregation look like absolutely nothing. Every tree in the entire view of the camera would be weighed down. There's a lot of books that have been written about the former abundance of wildlife in North America. One that stands out in my mind is called Sea of Slaughter by Farley Mowat. It's a brutal read, but there's really some incredible descriptions, historical descriptions and information in there. Anyway, you can imagine hanging out here for, probably in the end it'll be 2 weeks. There is going to be a lot of manure deposition. This old white oak always has huge flocks that land, but maybe not usually for this long. And by the time they leave here, I think, well, I guess somebody could actually make a real calculation, but I really don't care. But a lot of manure would be deposited, and that's phosphorus, potassium, nitrogen, and I don't really know exactly how much, but I would go out on a limb and say for all these thousands of birds to be here for a few weeks, roosting here, pooping all night and a lot of the day, I would guess that the total phosphorus and nitrogen and potassium deposition on this small area is going to be, I don't know, 10 times what it would normally be in a year. Normally, basically no phosphorus is deposited here. Nitrogen is mineralized by, well, these guys, the black locusts, many other nitrogen-fixing plants. But phosphorus, it doesn't migrate, and it's not really labile. So you either get it through birds or you buy it and move it around as a mineral. And so other than maybe, particles coming out of the sky in rain, which probably amounts to a good chunk, it's really these birds and other animals that are bringing the bulk of the phosphorus here naturally, unless you fertilize. So I think if I do this for a few years, this is what we're looking for. It's all over the place. If I do this for a few years, and these birds get used to it, they already are sort of keyed into this spot, so I'm sort of riding that, but investing even if I have to buy it, investing a few $100s in oats to keep them here for a much longer period of time and catch more fertility than this place will ever get, especially when you look at the prices of all the fertilizers, This is going to be a strategy that I'm going to go pretty big on for the farm here, because these birds are really smart and they remember. Many of these individuals have probably been here many years in a row, and they're going to remember about this place at this time of year, and they're going to come back, and they're going to have raised a whole bunch of little babies, and they're all going to come back, and there's going to be tons of food here waiting for them. So I am pretty excited about this strategy to bring fertility into a place where I can direct it to plants and trees that will benefit these and many other beings and myself.